Hey, how's it going today? Hey, I don't know if you guys have noticed, stock markets are up, brothers and sisters, and that's a good thing for all of us. And what I love about that too is that patience and persistence does pay off, and it pays off in a lot of things, in a lot of ways, right? So it's not just overreacting or not reacting to moves in the market, but also not overreacting to anything, ups and downs. And let me bring this in with a quick story. I overheard the other day some people talking about, wow, the market's way up and it's great, and I'm thinking about pulling money from my 401k because I can take it without penalty, and that way I'll have the dividends and the proceeds from the stock market being up, and I'm going to use them to do this, do that, and do that. And right or wrong, we all have an opinion on these. I am not a financial expert. I make sure I state this clearly. Okay, this is just me spitballing based on common sense and my life experience. But any time, and I learned this a long time ago from somebody that was very much better at money than I am, that you don't take money from assets that earn to buy things or to pay off debts that are costing you money, unless you're in a position where what you're going to pay off is higher interest than what you're going to keep in the bank. Does that make sense? So if you have a high interest credit card that's killing you and you just can't see any way around it, and maybe you don't have the financial fortitude to just grin and bear it and lock yourself into a room until you pay off that debt, maybe taking a withdrawal from a 401k that you can do without penalty will enough to alleviate that debt, and it's saving you money in the end. The time to really have done that would have been when the market was down and you're only making 3, 4, 5% on your money, and you're going to pay off a 15 or 20% loan. But if you're been a savvy just wait it and see kind of investor like I am, and I just ride basically the S&P all the time, the market's turned around and now we're up 15%. Up 15%. It's a total turnaround of like 25% or more, because there was a time where I was losing money. Not even gaining, not even breaking even, losing. So we've turned this market around by 20% or more. Now is not the time, in my opinion, to take money from a 401k if you are making money 15% to pay off something that's pretty close to the same kind of a debt ratio. Now, you can, and I would also always advise, minimize how much you are investing so that you can tackle that debt faster. But otherwise, what really needs to happen is you need to get some financial maturity in place and pay off your debts, especially if you're looking to retire. If you're at a point where you can take 401k investments with no penalty, meaning not the additional 10%, you are getting close to retirement. Now is not the time to pilfer your money to pay off bad debt, okay? Because that's just going to be less, unless you're going to work another 5-10 years, and maybe you're 59 and a half like me, and I can take that money, and you're going to work till 65 anyway and regain what you lose. Okay, I can understand that being an option. The problem is that typically when people do these things, just like when you use, for instance, a weight loss drug to lose weight, what ends up happening is you learned no lesson, right? And one of the things I learned a long time ago is that if a lesson is not learned, it will be repeated until it is learned. Meaning, people rebound weight loss because they don't learn how to eat better and eat right. All they did was find a trick, or in this case, possibly a drug, that helps them lose the weight, but they never learn how to be better with food, better with movement, better with exercise. Same thing happens financially. If you take the money and pay off your high interest credit card debt, unless you get rid of that credit card, you're going to be right back where you started in no time. Because here's what you're going to do. And I've seen this and I've done it. That's why I can speak from experience. Oh, we don't have any debt. We really could use this right now. Well, we don't have anything on our credit card. Why don't we use that? And we'll just make sure we pay it off next month. Good luck. Because you're probably not going to do it. Because you know what? You haven't learned the hard lesson yet, which was I can't handle my money when I have credit card debt, so I can't have credit cards. And that needs to be the lesson you learn until you get the financial responsibility to be better with your money. And I don't care what age you are, that's a lesson we all have to learn at some point. So make good decisions financially and make the hard decisions financially to get out from under your crappy debt. There's ways to do it. It's not as hard as it sounds. It takes sacrifice. And you have to be willing to make that sacrifice to have the better end. Anyway, that's all I got today. Market's up, that's a good thing. Ride it out, folks. That's what I'm gonna do. It's good to be above the what's the word, into the red for a change. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.